So the way that we use pronouns with commands is different from other types of verbs, which is why we're having a whole separate lesson on it. So you might see some commands like tell her, or like show me, or like bring it. And we can see in every one, there's our command, tell, show, bring, and our object pronouns, indirect ones like her and me, and direct ones like it. And these are what we call affirmative commands because we're telling someone to do something. Affirmative commands. And then in Spanish, these look like diga la, dígala, and muestre me, and traiga, la, or lo, we don't know. And then we also have negative commands. And that's as easy as saying, don't tell her. Don't show me, or don't bring it. That looks like no la diga, or no me muestre. Or no lo traiga. All right, that's what commands look like when there's pronouns. So that's what commands look like when there's pronouns. Let's see if we can do a couple of things looking at those. So the first thing is we're going to remember how to form the commands. So to form formal commands, we have 3 steps. Does anyone remember what any of the steps are?
Put in yo form.
Great. Go to the yo form. And we can see those up above with digo and muestro and traigo. And those are all, the first and the last are irregular, traer and decir, irregular yo forms, and mostrar is a O to UE, stem changing verb. We can see all those things. The second step,
Take away the O.
Perfect. Then we're just left with dig, muestre, and trag. And then we add what I like to call the opposite ending. And that's because for AR verbs, we would add the ER, IR ending, and for ER, IR verbs, we would add the AR ending. So for a verb like decir that has an IR, now we're adding an A. And for mostrar that has an AR, now we're adding an E. And for traer, that's an ER verb, we're adding an A as well. You guys should be able to see all of those commands up above. That's how we formed them. And that was the last lesson, forming those. But now we have some extra things, and that's the pronouns, the indirect and the direct object pronouns. And those have some special rules that we need to know. So, rules for pronouns. There's only two. If it is an affirmative command, if it's an affirmative command, you must, not optional, must attach the pronoun to the end of the verb. Have to do it. So, and remember that affirmative means yes, do that thing. So you need to attach it to the end of the verb if it's a command. If it is a negative command, you must, once again, not optional, must place the pronoun in front of the command. Before the verb. And remember that negative means no, don't. Don't do whatever the command is. Okay, we're gonna go right into examples, but before we do that, does anybody have any questions?
No.
No? Okay. At the top, those three examples that we did, both in affirmative and in negative, show those two rules where we're sticking it on the end of the affirmative and putting it in front of the negative. Okay. So, examples. The first one will be eat breakfast. I'm going to put the breakfast, even though that sounds weird in English. Eat breakfast. Which would look like breakfast is el desayuno. And our verb would be comer, which is an ER verb. So what would our ending be for an usted command?
An A.
Coma el desayuno. And we can rewrite that as eat it. What would we replace el desayuno with out of these types of words?
Lo.
Lo. And we're going to attach it to the end of our command. So we have coma.
Cómalo.
Cómalo. Cómalo. There's a rule about accent marks on verbs when we're attaching pronouns. For right now, I don't want to focus too much on that, but if you personally are curious about it and you would like to know where it goes or what happens with those accent marks, let me know and I will send you information on it. So we have eat it over here, and we also have a negative option, which would be don't eat it. And all of our negative commands start with no. And then we still have these two words to worry about.
Could you say no coma? No lo coma?
Exactly. No lo coma. Perfect. No lo coma. So here we're saying, yes, do it, cómalo. And over there we're saying, no, don't do that. No lo coma. Don't eat that. Okay. I have another one. Ride your bike to school. Ride your bike to school. So our command is ride, and the object is your bike. Our verb for to ride is montar, an AR verb.
Monte.
Monte. And then your bike.
Isn't that what it is?
What is it?
Biciclete.
So good.
Montelo.
Su bicicleta. What was it? What was your question?
No, I was just, don't you have to attach something onto the verb?
You will, yes, you will, once we replace your bike with the word it.
Okay.
Yep, so right now we're just putting the whole thing into Spanish. So ride your bike a la escuela. And then we're just going to change it to ride it. And now we're going to attach what this word, which the one word that word would change into. So we're still going to have monte. And then what could we replace su bicicleta with?
Low.
Would you still use su?
Nope, you're gonna take away the
Okay.
su.
Got it.
Oh, la.
Yep, because su bicicleta and la bicicleta in both of those things, su is just indicating like that it belongs to somebody, where la would just be like the bike over there, but it still goes away. Bicicleta is the word that we're focusing on. Okay, montela, montela, and don't ride it.
No la monte.
Perfect. No la monte. Okay, one more. Okay. This one is more difficult because we're adding some more information in. Cuénteme una historia a mí. All right, what do you already see?
Don't you not need the ending part, like the ami?
You don't need the on me because you already see it
Yeah, it's
somewhere else. Yeah, because you already see it as me. But remember that in Spanish we can repeat it. We just don't need to. So we'll make that optional.
For the first part, what is tell like regularly? Is that quanta? Or quanta?
So you know it would be an AR verb because we see the E ending, and
Yeah.
it's a O to UE stem changing verb. So it would be contar.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna replace una historia. And so instead of saying tell me a story, we're gonna say tell it to me, tell me it. Tell it to me. Our command stays the same. Our person stays the same. And our direct object changes to a direct object pronoun.
So quanta or quante.
Good. Cuente. Cuénteme. La.
Oh, so you need to put, okay. You need to add both ones.
You add both of them. So just like you can add both of them to the ending of an infinitive verb or of a gerund, you need to, if there are two, you need to add them both to the end of a command, an affirmative command, telling someone, yes, do this thing. Because we can also say, don't tell it to me.
So that one would be quante, or no, it would be no la cuénteme.
We got to pull both of them out front.
Oh. So no me la cuenta.
Perfect. Yep. No me la cuente. Okay. Questions right now? Concerns? Confusion? All right. We're just about out of time. So if you do have questions and you don't want to ask them right now, go ahead and send me an email so that we can talk about this, so you don't have any more questions. And your assignment for today will go up in about half an hour. And what you are doing for your assignment is pretending that you're babysitting your younger cousins. And you're going to give them a series of commands in the ustedes form because there's more than one of them. And you're going to tell them to do some things and also not to do some things. And it'll be up, like I said, in about half an hour. It'll be due this evening. And if you have questions on it, feel free to email me or request Google Hangout or whatever it is that you want to do.
Thank you.
Okay. Adios, guys. Have a great day.